Hello everyone, it's Adamant MTG here to play Magic: The Gathering Arena, and this is my first video in a series of new player quick tips. The first will be just navigating the UI of Arena and sort of knowing where to go, and this is intended for brand new players, but if you have any questions or specific things that I don't cover in these videos, please ask for more information or what you want to see in upcoming videos in the comments below, and I will just kind of go through the sort of the new player walkthrough. So to start out, we just want to talk about the interface. The very first thing you do when you log in, this is the new account that I've created. You'll notice here that the arena play modes is the default. You want to switch this button over here to all play modes. Keep that on at all times. It'll just give you more of your options. And where you want to see your game options is if you hit the play button down here, in the bottom right, you'll now get all of your events. You'll see your rank, and you will see all of your options here to play Magic. Now, because this is a new account, there are a couple of things that we want to start with. Color Challenge will unlock decks. We go over here to the deck area, we'll see that we have all these decks that are locked behind this. These are the default decks, and I believe these change for everybody if you're newly installing Arena, or when Zendikar comes out. There might be, these are a constantly changing and evolving list of decks as far as I know, because they're always trying to add in new cards for the new current sets. So you're gonna have to be, you're gonna have to just investigate these, and you can always open them up and see what they have to offer and kind of see what they're doing. And I like that they're doing monocolor decks. It keeps things sort of uniform. For new players, it's easy to start with a single color deck, not worry too much about multiple mana and mulligans and how to get a good hand. So they do a pretty good job of keeping these decks pretty well balanced as far as mana curve, which means the ability to play cards throughout the evolving turns of Magic, the right amount of land to get your spells out. So we can talk about the details and how to improve these decks, but these are just designed to give you a starting point. So we won't go too much into the actual decks, but back to home, you'll notice down here is your quest bar. This is very important because this is how you generate your gold in game, and gold in game is how you generate cards and even to play in different events. So this is a completely free-to-play game. Let's be clear on that. But there are obviously opportunities for you to spend money, and just be diligent with knowing if you're going to spend money, make sure you're getting the most value out of it. Or if you just like to buy cool shiny things, you can do that too. There's no right and wrong way, but just be aware that you can go down an avenue of spending money but not really getting game value or acquiring cards, which is ultimately what you want to do to improve your collection and build the decks that you want to build. So this track here, you'll notice, is not about necessarily winning or losing. So don't get caught up in the fact that you have to win Magic games. You just simply have to play, and as you play, you'll learn about the game. You'll learn things just in general. You learn from your mistakes, if you will. So this track, the only thing you really have to be concerned with is when you have the ability to spin these. There'll be a tap symbol over this value. You want to spin anything that says 500. Do not spin 750s. 500s can turn into 750 gold values, and it's just a matter of, I don't know what the percentage is. Seems maybe 25% chance. I don't know if there's actual math behind it, if they've ever released that information, but there's a chance that you'll make a higher value gold. So if I spin this to 500, it might get to 750, and then it'll change the requirements. But that's fine because generating more gold is your goal here. All right. So where are we at? We're at just about 5 minutes, and I wanted to keep these videos short. The next thing here, it says to unlock PvP. I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe, is it direct challenge? Or does it just mean playing against other players? Because it's interesting here when you go to find match, if I just go to play, I can select my deck and play. So I don't know what they really mean by unlock PvP. So that's a mystery. But let's see what happens when we click this. Okay, it's just letting us do our color challenge. You can pick any color you like. So just do that based on, whatever you know about Magic. If you want to try something, there's no right or wrong way. Every color has its individual personality. So just pick something. In this case, we're going to pick green. And it says large and in charge, and that's the deck we can play on the color challenge. I'm not going to do this on this video, but that's how you start. And then you will kind of go through it, and we'll do another video on actual navigating the gameplay. But for now, let's go back home. And I think that's a good start. You do get also some daily win rewards that you notice they aren't as valuable as just playing the game here. So keep an eye on this track. Make sure that as you're going to earn cards and gold. And then when you want to spend your gold, my recommendation would be a couple things. First, you go to the store. You're going to want to look at this bundles tab, and you want to go here to the $4.99 bundle. This is a lot of value, and this is one I would recommend. This gives you some packs to start out with, gives you some gems to start, just kind of fill up your gem collection, and then you can spend them later. A lot of these other offers are for cosmetics that I would say generally you want to stay away from until you get your collection established. And then if you want to have fun, there's some great cosmetics, and you might want to look at them later as you accumulate cards and etc. You'll notice if you go over to packs, this is where I recommend spending gold to fulfill your collection, whatever particular. I would stay up in here in these four because there's going to be a rotation soon, which puts a lot of these cards back into historic. Which you're a historic player and you want to do that, that's fine. But there's a lot more cards to collect. So I would recommend if you want to start with your standard collection, it's probably the easiest to build on, and a lot of options to play standard will be available to you, especially with Zendikar coming out. There'll be another set added, and it's a smaller pool of cards to play in. Eventually, if you want to get into the older sets to play historic, well, then we'll have another conversation about that. Let's see, what else is there? So spend your gold on packs. You'll notice that when you open packs, you have a track over here. This track is where you open wildcards. Now, wildcards are your method of acquiring any card in the game. Again, this is a free-to-play. There's no secondary market, so your card value is 1 rare equals 1 rare wildcard. There's no actual value, so the better your rares, doesn't matter. You're not going to get. So when you open up a really awesome rare that's worth a lot of money in real life, in Arena, it just means that that card is worth the same amount as the same rarity as any other card. I like that. I like that there's no secondary market in Arena. It keeps it nice and clean. So use these tracks to watch your. When you open up enough packs, then you get a free wild card. You'll eventually get enough wild cards. I would again recommend being conservative on your spending. Just because you like a card and you want to try it out might not be a reason to spend a wild card on it. There are plenty of websites and YouTubers and even other Twitch streamers that do sort of crafting guides on what cards are considered, staples in various decks. So I would recommend, since you're starting out and not having a lot of resources early, you want to use your wild cards very carefully to get and build decks that you want to be playing and not just experimenting with. So just take your time. There's no rush. And I know you want to win as fast as possible, but sometimes spending wild cards to make a mediocre deck will put you farther behind than just being patient and spending your wild cards to build the deck that you're actually going for. And let's talk about that for a second. When you have a deck that let's say you find a deck online that you want to see, you can import these decks, and we'll do another video on your deck collection. So I think this is good enough for now. We'll start here, and I will move on to other topics, but I want to try to keep these videos short. Thanks for watching, hanging out. Again, any questions or specifics, anything I didn't cover in enough detail, be happy to discuss them, or just stop into my stream and we can talk in real time. That's also an option. Have a great time playing Magic the Gathering Arena. Hope you enjoy it, and I'm glad to be here to help with any new player questions, comments. That is what I am here for. Have a great day. Take care of each other. Be good to yourselves as well, and we'll see you next time.